We used to have a guy in one of the clubs. We used to call him Gorilla, and he was like a gorilla. We were always partying, doing drugs and partying constantly. And last time I saw him, went back into the clubhouse, he was out beating up an old junk car out in back. We had this clubhouse that was on the farm. There was some junk cars in the back. I saw him swinging the door back and forth. Went back in. I just want to give you a little scene of how it was. And you know what he would do? He would come over and come up from behind me, and I felt like he was going to crush me. He was so powerful. But I had to be a tough guy. I didn't feel anything, right? I always had to be the toughest guy. And it's a lot of work, a lot of pressure. He had a brother. We all had nicknames. My nickname, well, people used to call me Prez, but I also was called Capone. And then his brother, we used to call him Batman. So while Gorilla was out beating up a car, Batman's being Batman. We used to have these wild, wild parties, just insane parties. And the guys knew they could get Batman going to a point where he really thought he was Batman. He really would think he was Batman. And the guys would start to chant, Batman, 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 Batman. All the guys are chanting like that. And he's, no, 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 because he knows he's going to turn into Batman. We're all on drugs here, right? Turning into Batman could be really bad. You'll understand that in a minute. So everybody's, Batman, Batman's getting more intense. Batman, Oh no. He gets up on the table. He's getting ready to fly. He's going to fly, right? He's Batman. He can fly. Batman, Batman. He takes off, splat right on the ground. Image. There you go. Gets back up, splat right on the ground. Everybody's laughing and laughing, screaming Batman. I don't know how he never got hurt. His brother opens the door to the clubhouse and throws a car door on the floor. Just a little picture of the whole scene. I don't know why I started reading Aristotle and Plato. But at some point during those biker days, I started reading Aristotle and Plato. What? And I'm going, uh-oh. Okay, so something important happened. I didn't know it at the time. All of a sudden, there was a scene. Is that this macho image, this tough guy, was only being tough because he was afraid not to be. And all the other guys were doing the same thing. The tougher they got was because they were afraid not to be. The undercurrent of machismo was fear itself. And that was like, bang, very clear. But the ego, the self, see, there was a scene there that revealed that had nothing to do with me. Just a light went on. But we're so programmed, we think we're doing the scene. So the image reinstates itself and says, oh, yeah, wow, I saw that. Yep, I see that. And it steals that scene. Makes it like it did in Adam and Eve. It's still doing the same thing. But now I can't play the game. Doesn't make sense. Play the game. The game's spoiled. Now what? I'm in this motorcycle game. Devil's Disciples. I'm the leader of one of the chapters. And bad things are happening. I mean, there's guns going on. And I can see myself being expected to do something I don't want to do. I can see myself being expected to give orders I really don't want to give and just expect it of them. And it started to want out. Unless you're in that, you can't understand how hard it is to get out. But an out came. We were one of the toughest biker gang, like Hell's Angel clubs on the East Coast. And we were warring with another club called Gypsy Jokers. And I still had guns. I had a .357 Magnum in my drawer, in my bedroom, loaded all the time. And I was sleeping. My wife was up. I had 2 kids at the time. That was my first wife. And somebody's breaking down the door. And my wife screaming and screaming. And I think it's the Gypsy Jokers. I'm running from my drawer. I got my hands on the 2 knobs. I'm ready to open the drawer, grab the gun, and shoot over their heads. Figured I'd scare them all. Didn't really want to kill anybody. The bedroom door busts open. And all I see is cops and shotguns, and they're all pointing at me. If I would have had that gun in my hand, I would have been dead. My way out. My way to jail. Almost. Got 5 to 10 years suspended. Had all kinds of marijuana in the house. And I was, I worked 8 years as a heavy equipment operator. Was all, despite the drugs, despite the gang, I was only missed 1 day of work. And I was always on time. And my boss went to court and really made a good case for me. This would help me. And I got suspended sentence. But now, it's like when that judge said, I pronounce you guilty, I sentence you to 5 to 10 years in Walpole State Prison. There was a silence that lasted forever. That's a really bad prison. Then he said, sentence suspended, 3 years probation. So now what? My macho image is destroyed. I had to take the hat off. But what we usually end up doing is we put another hat on. Maybe we don't even realize it sometimes. So I'm telling you this story so you can put yourself in my shoes and walk with me here and look at your own image and your own situation. So I'm going like, wow, what now? What is life about? I mean, really. So, I have this Catholic past and very religious, committed parents, and that was the beginning of my life. So I figured, well, must be about God. I need to get back to my religion. I need to take the sacraments. I need to be a good Catholic. So I put on a different hat. But I found out I couldn't take the sacraments because I was married to a divorced woman. So I couldn't be a Catholic. This was a dilemma, right? Now I want God. And I still believe in God. So I seek out this woman who is supposed to be a saint. Supposedly she did miracles and things. And I went to her for advice. And she taught, I had a long talk with her. And ended up coming away from there and taking a vow. So I was supposed to write the Pope and ask him to what is it called? Annul? Yeah, annulment. So I wrote the Pope. But meanwhile, I did a vow of celibacy and to prove to God that I was serious, and it was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I vowed to a year of celibacy or until the Pope answered. It took him over a year. And I didn't stop there. I prayed and prayed and prayed. But not only did I pray, there's a La Salette shrine where you climb the steps and pray the rosary on your knees. I don't know how many times I did that. I did that for a whole year. And I really thought, that God's got to be listening. I don't want to leave my family. And I just want to take the sacraments. I just want to be a good Catholic. I want to raise my kids. I want to support my wife. He has to hear me. And I've shown him how serious I am.